How's it hanging, pals?
Hey, what's going on, Papa Pals?
Hey, welcome to the podcast Around the Power. My name is Frank.
My name's Tom.
And it's the short and sweet. We're talking about the best filmmakers of the 2020s. Well, Tom's going to tell us his favourites, and I'm going to disagree with him respectfully.
I just think these are some interesting ones. I'm very aware that, like, you know, I am, like, unwell. And so the degree to which I have seen movies and like gotten involved or gotten kind of compelled by filmmakers that you might not have that much familiarity with could be difficult. So I'm trying to think of how to approach. I have three, and I think I want to begin with the one that I think you have the least familiarity with.
I just want to quickly talk about, you mean from the best filmmaker from releasing films from 2020 to now?
I mean, I thought about just like... Because we didn't sketch this out, obviously. We just decided we'd start talking about it, which is
a raw idea.
Which is going to be fun. Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of like a dog that's been out in the sun too long.
Raw dog?
Hot dog. Oh, wait, okay. Raw dog. Yeah, sorry, you're right. And we... no, but there are obviously, like, Scorsese has made a movie this decade, in the 2020s, that I consider to be one of the greatest films. David Fincher has done the same thing. You know,
Mank? You're talking about Mank?
Yeah, Mank. What did you call me? Mank? No,
that's the film.
The Killer.
But he also made Mank.
He did make Mank, which I agree with you would lower the average a little because I really like Mank, but I think The Killer is a stone cold masterpiece.
Sure.
You know, Wes Anderson has made the Phoenician Scheme and Asteroid City and The French Dispatch, right? Like he's had an incredible...
Do less, Wes. That's what I'll say.
Do less. But whereas... obviously, these are all filmmakers who largely predate the 2020s. So we're thinking of people who are sort of coming into their own or have started making movies recently.
Someone like Kenneth Branagh from Belfast.
Yeah, who's just finally got this big
really
break.
on the coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. With, obviously Belfast, but also Murder on the Orient... Bell Slow.
Steven Spielberg did a couple. I mean, if you want to talk about him, he's in there.
Fablemans and West Side Story. But I mean, if this is, do you want to throw out a few other big sort of predating 2020s directors that we can just mention? Because obviously Fincher, Spielberg,
Oppenheimer,
Scorsese,
Christopher
Nolan's, obviously Greta Gerwig has come out with Barbie, which obviously.
But I would argue that she might have been around, but she's definitely coming up now.
She's definitely.
And coming straight back down.
She started making her impact in the last 10 years. But again, of this decade, I'm starting from 2020. So she's really only made one film this decade of the 2020s. Obviously, she had Little Women and Lady Bird before that, which are both fucking incredible films. I don't know. There are a lot of people who are coming into, and Ari Aster maybe, and you would put Robert Eggers in these categories as well of people who, and Brian Coogler, who we've been talking about recently. I would say people who really just have started making movies in the last 4 or 5 years or really hit their stride in the last 4 or 5 years. My first one is Emma Seligman, who made Shiva Baby, the Rachel Sennett starring film in, I think it was 2020 or 2021. And it's a very, very high-strung, kind of like Safdie Brothers-esque...
What's her name?
Emma Seligman. It should be Seligman, I believe.
Yeah, great. So is this episode just going to be you?
Like I said,
being pretentious?
I'm going to start. Okay, her next film is a very well-known film that you unfortunately have not seen, which
Bottoms.
is yes, and it's weird you haven't seen Bottoms because it's a hilarious and it already kind of emerged as a cult, like teen comedy classic. It's very, very funny. We'll get to Bottoms.
Okay,
but Shiva Baby.
Start at the top.
Shiva Baby's great. It's got Molly Gordon. It's got Rachel Sennett. It's a very funny movie. It's just about a young girl going through basically a panic attack at an event, and it's I just think really incredibly well done, and it captures an energy that I find when it's misplaced ends up in movies like If I Had Legs I'd Kick You. When it works, it's in films like the Safdie brothers, kind of like other filmmakers of that ilk as well. And then Bottoms is really, really, really fucking funny and really just balls to the walls. Excellent. Fucking 10 Things I Hate About You, Clueless. Kind of weirdly almost a surrealistic take on high school, but very, very funny. And I would advise that to anyone that really loves comedy movies or movies in general.
Okay, great. I'll give it a watch.
We've got Zach Cregger, I think, is...
Oh, Craig's.
Yeah, old Craig's. He's moved on from his list.
I'm old Craig!
Zach Cregger started with Barbarian. Actually, I think he made a movie before that, but Barbarian was his big breakout movie from 2021, maybe 2020, and incredible film with Justin Long in a very interesting performance. Just a really great caliber of guy who came up making sketch comedy, understands the dynamics of horror because he understands how to skewer it so well, and knows how to take genre filmmaking and push it right up to the point of it's becoming too humorous to take seriously without tipping it over into something that becomes too flimsical to really sustain itself. I think Barbarian is, at the moment, his best movie. I fucking adore that film, but he made a little film called Weapons last year, obviously, that got Amy Madigan an Oscar recently. It's such a great film. It's a really, really incredible use of a bigger budget, and takes a lot of inspiration, I think, from kind of Blair Witch-esque urban sort of horror stories. These urban legends, right? These things that, like, this happened in a small town years ago. And is disturbing, but again, so fucking funny. And he's just a really frantically effective filmmaker. So I love that. And then someone I'm going to say that's a bit of a cheat, but I think despite the fact that they've been around for a while, they've obviously had a huge ascendancy in the last few years, would be Sean Baker.
Yeah.
So Sean Baker, of course, I figured I'd end with Sean Baker because he's one you'd be most familiar with. So what can you say about your experience with Sean Baker?
He directed Anora, and I've seen Anora.
You've seen Anora.
And I think that'd be it.
Anora is one of his films in a long line of movies that are about people that occupy sort of what would be considered the underground in American society. You know, people that aren't necessarily seen as glamorous or part of a cultural, maybe high class or high end sort of thing. You know, they tend to be people that are seen as underbelly status, right? Obviously in Anora, that's strippers and sex workers, and then to some degree Russian mobsters, I suppose, or Georgian mobsters. In his film Red Rocket from 5 years ago with Simon Rex in an incredible performance, it is people in the porn industry, but it's also just people in really fucking run down, industrially fucked Texas small towns.
I did the Florida Project as well, didn't he?
The Florida Project, which is 2017, which is
Yeah.
a really cool movie, but obviously falls just outside of the 2020 thing. But like, he, this is what he does. He takes interest in people in a completely, in my opinion, non-fetishy and non-patronizing way. He doesn't go like, wow, what do these dumb fucks get up to when no one's thinking about it? These, like, rinky-dink fucking heroin addicts and motel dwellers and whatever. He's like, no, these are just people. And there's as much interesting drama and compelling sort of thematics in here as there are in anything. And I just think I watched Red Rocket again today for the first time in a long time, and I was really, really taken with it. I just think Simon Rex is so
Simon Rex
funny.
is the guy from Scary Movie 3, right?
He is indeed. He's the guy from Scary Movie 3. He gives what is no doubt, like, no shit, one of the better performances of the last 5 years in that movie. It is just incredible how good he is in Red Rocket. I think Anora is a better film overall, but Red Rocket's got a pretty tight tail behind that. So I don't know. I just think those are three interesting ones. I obviously don't love how European that list is, and not in the sense of their nationality, but in the sense of like that is three white Americans. It feels a little bit maybe homogenous. Obviously, we're very excited to see what Ryan Coogler does, but he's had a career predating, back.
He feels larger than this list already, like more successful.
He does, while also again sort of predating it in a way that Sean Baker does. But I just think that like Ryan Coogler came out of the gate with Creed, and then Fruitvale Station, but then Creed, and then fucking Black Panther. Like Ryan Coogler's been on the big blockbuster and then big important filmmaker thing for almost 10 years.
Yeah, he's a big budget guy.
100%.
And you would pick Chloe Zhao, but then she made Hamnet. So
yes, obviously that's such a bummer that I can't
most detested
pick,
filmmaker of all time.
Chloe Zhao. God, I would love to put her on that list. Look, I think Nomadland is a really cool film. I don't know, maybe I'll rewatch it and realize, no, I don't think I will. I think it's a good movie. I think Hamnet is incredibly misguided from a script Up sort of like.
Did she write that?
No, Maggie O'Farrell adapted it from her own novel, and then I don't know, returned
Famously
to
goes well.
Lucifer, her husband in hell. But sorry, it just really.
But don't they say like novel writers can't write screenplays?
Hey, what's his name? Did it for Holes? Louis Shah.
And that's a flawless film. Charlotte
You know
Hill's
what?
best work.
It's a pretty good movie. Pretty good movie. I really like
no
Holes.
doubt it is.
Are there any filmmakers, or if not even filmmakers, just films of the last 5 years that stand out to you, or 5, 6 years, that you're like, well, this is something I'm interested in seeing. Like, I want to see more of this person.
Or two people that I have come to my attention more prominently. Well, actually, the Daniels, where are they?
That's a good question.
And what have they done? What are they doing?
Before that, they did the Fighting Corpse movie, or a Swiss Army Man.
Hilarious, with Daniel Radcliffe and Paul Dano.
Not a bad movie. Yeah. And
So weird. So fun.
So weird, but definitely already.
And then Everything Everywhere All at Once for people who
of
aren't
course.
sure who we're talking about.
And won their Best Director Oscars. And now I suppose they're probably being crushed by the weight of expectation of having to follow that up, which I don't envy them. You know,
they might be though. Like, yeah, it's kind of like
I think so,
Phoebe,
right?
you know how Phoebe Waller-Bridge got that, what was it, $10 million for Netflix, and then she made nothing.
Yeah,
just took their
is
money.
like,
and was like,
I mean, that's kind of great. That's good.
That's hilarious. Yeah.
I guess I should shout out someone we both really, really love the most recent work of, and he's a very early filmmaker, is Cliff Bentley for
The Train
Dreams.
Yeah.
Obviously, it'd be great to see what he's going to... Cliff Bentley? Did I get that right? I'm pretty sure it's Cliff Bentley.
I'll actually have a look.
He's obviously just made an incredible film there. I think he's only made 1 or 2 before that. So he's
Clint Bentley, yeah.
Clint, sorry, I said Cliff. Clint Bentley. But yeah, nothing else that stands out to you?
Well, I mean, it's obvious, but like for me, Denis Villeneuve is like, you know, like Prisoners, sure. But I didn't know that was him when that came out. You know, he wasn't a name that I recognized. But now, if he's bringing a film out, I have interest to see it. Yes. The Safdie brothers, I think, are in this conversation, of course. After Marty Supreme, I don't really care what they're doing. I didn't even see The Smashing Machine.
Sure.
Maybe they're better as a duo.
I think for Benny they are, definitely. And you know what? No, I would say, I preferred the movies they made together from both perspectives.
Good Times and
Uncut Gems. They were good times, actually. I did enjoy watching them.
Yeah, and they're like uncut gems because they're like a diamond in the rough, and there could be more to it or something.
There could be more to it.
Good bit.
You're right that they kind of, as a split duo, or now split apart from their duo, now have become that, but really they haven't made a film together since 2019, so they've not even made a film as a duo in the 2020s. So it is one of those weird things where we're still in the early-ish days, well, I suppose not early-ish days, we're halfway through the decade, but we're far enough along that it feels like there should be more examples from certain filmmakers. It's why Wes Anderson is so remarkable, that you can be like, he's had 3 fucking movies come out, and they're all, in my opinion, from outstandingly great to really, really, really good.
Yeah, you and I differ on this. I think Wes, they're fine. They're just like, I don't know. Honestly, do less. It feels like he tries to be so quirky and so unique, and it's like.
What do you say whenever you're doing improv in one of his sets?
I said yes, and.
So Wes And was right there, and you just butchered the English language. Your mouth is bleeding. You deserve everything bad that happens to you for the next.
I think I'm happy with that. I think that's good
anything
comedy.
shitty happens to you tomorrow, you have to be like, fair. Yeah,
fair.
I think I said wand last night.
Okay. Well, that was great, Tom. You really eliminated me. I guess I should go watch Bottoms.
I think you'd really like
Directed
Bottoms.
by, I forgot her name already.
Emma Seligman.
Emma Seligman.
Yes. I think also, you know what, I'll chuck in there just a very random one just to finish off, which is Ryusuke Hamaguchi, because I really liked his Drive My Car and Wheel of Fortune and Fantasy, 2 Japanese films that came out, I think the same year. I think they both came out in 2021, or maybe one was 2020. And that's just a really cool thing that this Japanese filmmaker who made this 3-hour-long film, Drive My Car, got nominated for Best Picture, got a lot of sort of big award recognition. And then he also made this anthology movie, Wheel of Fortune and Fantasy, which is very touching and lovely. So that's a little bit more diversity there as well, I suppose. But yeah.
Yeah, wow. Hey, good on you for being diverse. Also, I think you should, when you write the blurb for this episode, write these names down so people can Google them and search them and find
That's
them.
a great idea.
You might be educating people. You might be sharing some light on these shedding some light. Sorry,
Shitting some light.
Yes, shiting.
Good.
It's late.
I thought Wand was going to have to be the pinnacle of the episode. But
Well, you got to wake me up before you go.
good. Fantastic.
George
Where's me and before you...
Before you...
Wow?
Yeah?
Because Owen Wilson's in all his movies. So it'll be wow.
Last yes, miss.
Uh,
This is where we get off track and we should cut this.
we are tired.
Why?
It's late. What time is
All
it?
right. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess we'll roll the credits.
No, it was fun.
I'm always having fun with you.
I'm always having fun with you as well.
And I hope the listener did too.
They're dead. They're all dead.
Hey, put some comments down below, or like and subscribe, or all those things. Send us a DM, Throwing the Pal at Instagram, or Throwing the Pal. No, what's the Gmail? Oh, heypals@gmail.com, or Throwing the Pal at gmail.com. I changed that, didn't I? So I didn't have this stumble.
And it worked.
Yes? Great.
Throwing the pal.
Well, that's the end of it, isn't it?
Fuck me. Yeah, I guess that's it.
Thanks for Throwing the Pal. We appreciate you. Honestly, send us a DM, Throwing the Pal, or throwingthepal@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you about your favourite directors, or just shit you want us to talk about, or that tell us to shut up.
Bye.
Throwing the pal.